Starting lineups being announced for Twin Springs. Derek Smith at the guard. Keith Warner at the guard. Charles Lindholm at one forward. Tyler Webb at the post position. Mark Dockery at the other forward. So again for the Titans, it's Smith, Lindholm, Warner, Webb, and Dockery. Now for the Gate City Blue Devils. Number 12 at guard, Jesse McMurray. At the other guard, number 14, Nate Clark. At one forward will be 22, Josh Kilgore. At the other forward, 24, Mark Estep. And we'll see if it'll be Luke or Will Humphreys opening up. 34, Will Humphreys gets the start in the post for the Blue Devils. So again for Gate City, it's McMurray, Clark, Kilgore, Estep, and Will Humphreys. The Blue Devils coached by Scotty Vermillion, and the Twin Springs Titans coached by John McCrary. The Titans dressed in their road red uniforms tonight, trimmed in navy, I believe, and white, or black and white. Gate City in the home white, blue numerals trimmed in the black. And the Region D Championship game set to get underway. It'll be Lindholm for the Titans, Josh Kilgore for the Blue Devils. The much-awaited contest is underway, tip controlled by the Titans. Warner has it, he'll be played by McMurray. Warner has it right side, drives around McMurray, takes it all the way down, shot up good. Keith Warner with the first points of the game.
Has a strong move to the bucket.
Here's Clark, gets it down low. Will Humphreys has it stripped away from him. It'll go out of bounds. It'll belong to the Blue Devils. Nate Clark. No, it'll be McMurray now to throw it in for Gate City. Gets it into Clark. Clark puts it on the floor, gets the baseline, now back out front to Will Humphreys, gets it over right side to Estep, right corner to McMurray. Down to Kilgore, shot up, blocked, or partially blocked, I believe. Kilgore and Humphreys chase after it. Humphreys comes up with it, gets it to Clark. Clark drives down, leaves it off down low for Humphreys, off his hands, out of bounds. It'll belong off the turnover to Twin Springs.
There were a couple of good feeds inside to the Humphreys, but
here's Warner on the inbound pass, loses it out of bounds. It'll be a turnover to Gate City. So turnover by each team.
Can't say side. Good play inside with the Humphreys.
Dockery is the man assigned to guard McMurray. Clark has it right side, skips it across to Kilgore. Kilgore, Humphreys with it. Gets it right side to Clark. Clark puts it on the floor, takes it, shot up off the glass, good. Nate Clark with the bucket. The Blue Devils and Titans are tied. Derek Smith with it. Front court, Smith guarded by Clark. Smith and Warner match up pretty good. Clark steals the ball away from Smith.
Yeah, picks his pocket.
Clark takes it all the way down, shot up good.
And that could have been a foul call there.
The guard play will be something to watch here. Here's Smith.
Yeah, good point.
Smith gets it to Warner. Warner puts it on the floor, drives around McMurray, takes it to the hole, shot up, no good. Foul will be called on the floor, I believe, on Josh Kilgore. That's twice Warner has been able to get McMurray on his hip and take him to the bucket.
Yeah.
Kilgore had to foul him to keep him from getting the easy bucket. Warner on the inbounds, gets it into Webb. He'll shoot the long three. Shot Webb short, rebound Clark for the Blue Devils. Clark, long pass in front court to Kilgore. Kilgore stops his jumper up good. Josh Kilgore with a bucket. Gate City on top, 6-2. Look, we'll go the other way with it. Derek Smith has it. Smith spins in the lane, leaves it off for Lindholm. Baseline jumper, Lindholm good. Lindholm with a bucket, makes it 6-4. Here we go the other way. Gate City's McMurray with it. Gets it to Clark. Long three out front, shot, an air ball. And it'll belong to the Titans. 6-4 the score. Gate City leads. 5:52 to go here in the first quarter. Luke Humphreys in for Will Humphreys for Gate City. Man-to-man, full court pressure. Warner has it. Warner works it up the floor against McMurray. Keeps his head up, looks ahead. Now Warner across the timeline. Warner just takes McMurray to the hole. Shot up from in front. Good. Warner just too quick. Ties the game at 6. McMurray for the Blue Devils. Offensive foul called on Jesse McMurray. Foul on McMurray will be his first. That'll be the team's first. Tyler Parks into the lineup for the Blue Devils. Nate Clark will check out. Warner will check out as he might have had the breath knocked out of him. Into the lineup will be Derek Castle. Twin Springs has it tied at 6. Smith in front court, guarded by Parks. Smith has it, gets it over to Lindholm. Lindholm shot for 3, won't go. Rebound Parks for Gate City. Parks races up floor, gets it down low to East Step. Shot over Webb, blocked away by Webb. It'll belong to the Devils.
6-8 makes a difference.
Jesse McMurray to throw it in. McMurray lobs it in the corner to Humphreys. Back to Parks. In the corner to McMurray. Gets it down low. Humphreys shot up. Won't go, and he's fouled by Lindholm. Lindholm picks up the foul. It'll be the first on Lindholm. It'll be the team's first. And the Devils will have Luke Humphreys at the line to shoot 2.
Tied at 6.
Luke Humphreys, free throw, way short.
Yeah. He hit the iron, but
The Arn.
thorn.
Jamie Hackney in for the Blue Devils, replacing Eastep. Hackney, Kilgore, Luke Humphreys, McMurray, Parks now on the floor for Gate City.
Now watch this one hit the bottom of the bucket.
And it did. Gate City leads 7-6, 5:08 to go first quarter. Smith with it, gets it over to Lindholm. Back to Smith. Smith works against Parks, across the timeline. Parks guards Smith, 5-second count on.
Still going. How many you need?
Dockery comes up with it. Dockery leaves it off down low. Lindholm shot up, won't go. Rebound pulled out by Hackney. Hackney gets it over to McMurray. McMurray will race across the timeline with it. McMurray stops, pops, and misses. Rebound Webb. And Humphreys.
We have Humphreys on the floor.
Yeah. Will or Luke, it's Will Humphreys down on the floor.
And he's holding his left knee.
His left knee is injured. 4:34 to go here in the first quarter. Gate City leads 7-6. We'll take a break while they tend to Luke Humphreys.
As they check out his left ankle. His left knee.
Yeah, that certainly Luke won't be back tonight. There's no question. He's done for the night. Hopefully it's not anything too serious, and he'll be able to get back next week. But he will go on to the locker room. So, Gate City leads 7-6 as they hold play up till Luke gets off the floor. Now, back to action. Smith gets it into Webb, back to Smith. Smith has it, works it around left side, and has the ball tipped out of bounds by Clark, and it'll belong to Gate City. It's just tough to get back excited now about doing this.
Yeah, it is.
But the show goes on. Smith on the inbounds, lobs it in, ball tipped by Hackney, stolen away by Clark.
Nate really got up there for that one.
Clark slips and falls, and Nate is hurt.
His knee is hurt. We need a mop at here.
And the shot up, no good. Rebound pulled out, tipped out of bounds. Nate might be okay. He hurt his left ankle when he slipped. And Clark will have to check out of the lineup with the ankle. He runs to the locker room, hopefully for just some tape. I think he'll be okay. Smith on the inbounds. Gets it into Dockery. Swinging around left side. Castle left corner with it. Lindholm. Lindholm has it. Picks up his dribble. Has it tipped and stolen away. Humphreys tips it over to Parks. Parks gets it in front court to Rogers. Rogers leaves it off for Hackney. Hackney drives along the baseline. Shoots over Webb. Shot won't go. Rebound Lindholm.
A little short on the shot. Nice play, though.
So now Smith will work it up. Gate City leading 7-6. 3:40 to go first quarter. Smith out front, guarded by Parks. Smith drives all the way down. Shot up. Good. Derek Smith with the bucket. Here's Twin Springs the lead 8-7. Quickly the other way. Here's Hackney. Hackney takes it. Shot up. No good. Rebound Webb. Outlet pass goes to Smith. Smith will hold it up as it gets near the timeline. Smith across the timeline with it. Gets it over left side to Webb. Down low along the baseline to Lindholm. His shot up. Won't go. Rebound pulled out there. Hackney for the Blue Devils. Hackney will work it up the floor. Get it over to Rogers. Rogers stops. Pops a three. Shot won't go. Rogers follows the shot. Not much there as Webb steps in front to make the rebound. Quickly in front court. Here comes Dockery. Dockery's shot left good. 10-7 the score. Gate City trails now. Hackney, and we'll have a timeout. Timeout on the floor by the Blue Devils. They trail 10-7. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
First period. Twin Springs leads Gate City 10-7.
Jesse McMurray to throw it in for Gate City. McMurray looks. Gets it in long out here to Logan Bateman, who's checked in. Bateman gets it right side to McMurray. Open the three. Shot good. Jesse McMurray ties the score at 10. 2:36 to go. First quarter. Nate Clark comes back to the bench. Nate's okay. I thought he would be. Webb on the inbounds. Gets it into Smith.
Made it nice to be young and heal quickly.
Yes. Smith works it across the timeline, guarded by Parks. Hits it along the baseline to Dockery. His shot up won't go. Rebound. E-step. Get it over to McMurray. McMurray races across the timeline with it. Slips and falls. There's something on the floor.
Yeah, there he is.
With it. E-step. Takes it all the way down. Shot up. No good. Rebound fought for it. Dockery comes out of there with it.
That's around the same area that Nate slipped.
Yeah, there's got to be something on the floor there.
Twin Springs coach is looking out there right now.
Smith with it. Lobs it to Webb. Webb has it tipped away, and there'll be a foul called on Will Humphreys. Foul will be on Will, his first. That's the team's second. Nate Clark, Josh Kilgore in for Parks and Bateman.
I don't suspect it's Gate City shoes that are causing this problem.
Warner back into the lineup for Smith. 2 minutes to go, first quarter. We're tied at 10.
Here comes Luke back in.
Well, he comes back to the bench. He's got it.
Yeah, he's helped.
Yeah, ice bag on his knee. Here's Dockery open for the three. Shot short. Lindholm with the rebound. His put back. No good. He's fouled by Josh Kilgore.
Yeah, Lindholm on the backside got the rebound.
Foul on Kilgore. His first, team's third. Charles Lindholm to shoot two. We're tied at 10. 1:55 to go here in the first quarter. Lindholm, free throw. Good. Mark Dockery checks out of the lineup. In for him will come Taylor. Michael Taylor. Taylor, I don't believe saw action last night. Might have. Lindholm, second free throw. Good. So Lindholm gives the Titans a 2-point lead. 1:50 to go here in the first quarter. Clark gets it right side to Will Humphreys. Out on top, McMurray. Now swinging around left corner to Bateman. Gets it down low to Will Humphreys. Will works it through. Gets it over to McMurray. Open for the three. Shot, no good. Rebound goes off of Will Humphreys out of bounds. No, it doesn't. Goes off of Castle out of bounds. It'll belong to Gate City.
That's close to drawing the foul, too.
Clark with it for Gate City. Gets it right side to E-step. In the corner to McMurray. Can't shoot. Lobs it. Ooh, back out to Clark. Clark takes it down the lane. His shot off the glass. Good. We're tied at 12. Warner has it now. He's guarded by Clark. Warner across the timeline. Has it and carries the basketball.
There you go.
Jamie Hackney into the lineup for Gate City, replacing Mark Eastep.
I think Gate City might have a little more depth than Twin Springs.
Yeah, but losing Luke hurts us. Just it hurts Gate City's rotation is what it hurts.
Right.
Humphreys has it down low against Webb. Shot up, blocked away by Webb, out of bounds. It belongs to Gate City. 56 seconds to go, tied at 12, first quarter. Here's a lob in to Hackney. Hackney stops, shoots, misses, fouled by Lindholm. Lindholm says no way. Jamie Hackney to shoot two. And if Lindholm fouled him, it wasn't much, I'll tell you.
I had my doubts about that also.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a problem with games like this, little touch fouls.
Jamie Hackney shoots two, first good.
And like last night when he tackled somebody and it's not called an intentional foul.
So Gate City leads by one. Still one as Hackney makes one out of two. Webb clears the boards out. Get it over to Warner. Now Warner guarded by Clark. Warner gets it over here west side to Castle to Webb. Webb has it, gets it back to Castle. Open for the three. Shot Castle, no good. Rebound pulled out by Clark for Gate City. Clark gets it ahead to McMurray. McMurray down low. Will Humphrey shot up, no good. Goaltending call.
You got it.
On Tyler Webb.
Good.
So it belongs to Gate City, or to Twin Springs. Devils lead 15-12. Webb to throw it in. Webb looks, and he'll have to ask for a timeout. Timeout on the floor. 31 seconds go first quarter. It's Gate City 15, Twin Springs 12.
Gate City leads 15-12.
Webb gets it in and back court to Warner. Warner now played by Parks, who's checked in for Clark. Warner double dribble. That's exactly right. I have to give Max Shoup credit. He double dribbled. Coach McCrary shakes his head. Yes, he did. Or yes, he did.
That was because of the pressure.
So, Gate City will have it. McMurray across the timeline. They'll hold it for the final shot. McMurray stands inside the center circle with it. Works the clock down now to 12 seconds. 10 seconds. McMurray will go to work against Dockery and look to either shoot or dish off. McMurray stops, pops for three. Good! And that'll be the end of the first quarter. With the score, Gate City 18, Twin Springs 12.
One. But we're not nearly done. This is a battle.
Gate City has the ball, gets it down low to McMurray, leaves it off to Logan Bateman. Shot up good by Bateman. (20-12). Gate City with the lead. Warner with the basketball.
Pass it around Webb.
Lindholm has it, guarded by Bateman, lobs it down low to Webb. This will be hard to stop. Webb in the lane, his jumper from in front, good. 20-14. Clark gets it in the corner to Bateman. Back to Hackney. Jamie Hackney puts it on the floor, stops, pops off the glass, good. Hackney for the Blue Devils, a freshman, gets better every time out.
Yeah, right. And that's the depth factor for Gate City.
Smith has it, drives along the baseline, lobs it cross court to Dockery. Dockery drives down the lane, shot up good.
Yeah. You know, when I did the Arby's, Dockery really impressed me.
Here's McMurray's jumper over Dockery, good.
Of course, McMurray always has.
Here's a long pass in front court to Dockery. Dockery over in the corner to Lindholm. Lindholm gets it down low to Webb over Humphreys, no good. Foul called on Will Humphreys.
And Will, hands on his head. He was in good position. But there's nobody around here like Webb.
Have two on Humphreys.
And, of course, Luke on the bench probably won't play anymore after being injured.
Free throw by Webb, no good. The thing is, Gate City will use in their rotation Luke and Will to spare each other. Will just going to suck it up tonight. He's going to have to play a lot of minutes.
You got it.
24-16. Webb misses the first free throw, has his second on the way. Hit two, no good. Rebound, Eastep. Eastep gets it over to Clark. Clark looks up the floor, gets it to McMurray. McMurray shoved by Dockery, no call. McMurray gets it back to Clark. Open for the three. Will it go? Yes. Nate Clark for three. It's 27-16.
Well, Nate can shoot it, but most of the time he feeds it.
Smith has it for the Titans. Smith, crossover dribble, gets it right side to Warner. Lobs it down to Webb. Webb double team, triple team, shot up, no good. Rebound pulled out of Eastep for the Blue Devils. Gets it ahead to McMurray. McMurray races across the timeline with it. Has it right side, crossover dribble, gets it down low to Will Humphreys. Can't shoot, back to Clark. Clark will shoot the three, has it blocked away by Warner. And it'll belong to Gate City. Jamie Hackney into the lineup. He'll give Will Humphreys a break.
See, that's another difference between Gate City and Twin Springs. Substitution.
Well, they've got a little more depth. Now, will it make a difference?
Yep.
We'll see.
Well, it's hot in here.
Here's the lob in to Kilgore. Kilgore, his shot off a glass is good. Josh Kilgore with the bucket. It's 29-16. Gate City with the lead. Twin Springs with the ball. Warner with it. Across the timeline. Has it right side. Now right corner with it. Drives along the baseline. Cut off. Gets it back. Dockery open for the three. Shot. No good. Over the backboard. It'll belong to the Blue Devils.
Like we saw the other night. I mean, it's hot. And when you only play 5, 6, 7.
Gonna have a timeout on the floor by Twin Springs. 5:40 to go. First half, Gate City leads 29-16. We'll be back in 30 seconds. During the first half, Gate City on top of Twin Springs, 29-16. Region D championship game here at Clintwood. Earlier tonight, the Gate City Lady Blue Devils defeated J.J. Kelly to win the Region D Girls Championship. Nate Clark with it for Gate City. Gets it left side to Kilgore. Kilgore puts it on the floor, crossover dribble, takes it, stops, leaves it off for Clark. Hit of the key for three. Won't go. Rebound Webb. Webb has it taken away by Eastep. Eastep shoots over Webb. Webb takes it back away from him. We go the other way with it. Smith has it for Twin Springs. Smith picks up his dribble, gets it out to Warner. Twin Springs sets the offense.
Nice job of Webb.
Warner has it, drives into the lane. Shot up and no good. He walked a mile.
He did. At least 6 foot.
This ain't the NBA.
Derek Castle into the lineup. He'll replace Keith Warner. So Gate City with the ball on a 13-point lead. 5:07 to go here in the first half. Nate Clark for the Blue Devils across the timeline with it. Guarded by Castle. Gets it along the baseline to Kilgore. Offensive foul called on Josh Kilgore.
Yeah, that was a close call, but
Kilgore picks up his second.
that makes me happy I'm not an official too, because I don't know which way I'd call that either.
That's an offensive foul. Logan Bateman in, Tyler Parks in, Clark out, and Kilgore out. So Twin Springs with the basketball, and we're going to wipe up a little.
Yeah, we need to wipe up a little more.
A little perspiration.
Out here right at the foul line.
Now, Twin Springs set to get back
at halftime, I hope.
to action. Dockery gets it over to Webb in backcourt. Webb gets it back to Castle, and Castle will bring it, Smith will bring it up the floor. Smith has it, leaves it off for Webb. Webb drives the bucket, shot up good.
Yeah, you feed it in here inside, and
especially when nobody's around him. Makes it really easy. Here's McMurray for three. No good. Rebound should be Twin Springs, but it's not. Eastep comes out there with it. Give Bateman credit. He kept it alive. Parks has it. Gets it over to McMurray. McMurray drives all the way down. Shot up off the glass. Won't go. Eastep's put back in.
Nice alert move inside.
Quickly we go
three-step.
the other way with it. Smith has it. Ball on the floor. Coming out there with it, Twin Springs. Here's a lob down low to Webb. It goes off the Webb out of bounds.
Nice tip by Eastep. Anticipating the pass.
Marco Jovanovic into the lineup for Twin Springs. replacing Castle. So the Devils have it, leading by 13. Hackney has it, gets it out to McMurray, back to Hackney, takes it along the baseline, shot up good.
Boy, that looked awful easy.
33-18. Gate City with the lead. Jovanovich has it, picks up his dribble, lobs it over to Smith. Smith out front to Lindholm. Lindholm guarded by Bateman. Lindholm throws it away. And that was an airmail. That was
Out in the hallway.
There.
Number 40, Brandon Ashworth into the line for Twins range. And Coach McCreary realizing he's going to have to sub. He's got to.
I mean, they'll be worn out.
He's got to get his starters a minute or two rest somewhere along the way.
But there's only 3:40 to go in the first half.
So Gate City has the ball. Clark with it. He'll cross the timeline. Clark gets it to McMurray. Actually, it was tipped to McMurray. Now Will Humphreys back into the game with it. Will has it out front now to McMurray. McMurray has it left side. Gets it left corner to Clark. Cross court pass to Estep. Estep puts it on the floor, drives in, and gets a defender in the air. Shoots, misses, fouled.
Yeah, he wasn't sure whether he wanted to shoot or not, so he just waited to be fouled.
And I didn't see who the foul was on.
I didn't either.
It was any one of 2 or 3 Titans. Estep will be shooting 2 for Gate City.
So Gate City leads 33-18.
Still 33-18 as Estep misses the first. Jamie Hackney back in the lineup for Gate City.
Gate City girls won earlier over J.J. Kelly.
Free throw Estep, no good again. Rebound Webb. So Derek Smith has it for the Titans. Smith puts it on the floor, loses possession, runs back, picks it up. Hounded by Clark, 5-second count on. Here's the pass, almost stolen away. Webb comes up with it, offensive foul. Nope, gonna call a block. The bucket good by Webb. And we've got a Blue Devil injured. That is Mark Estep, I believe. Estep picks up the foul.
Holding left ankle.
And Estep, Coach Vermillion, out to check on him. So Webb with the bucket, the foul on Mark. And Estep injured, left ankle. 2:52 to go here in the first half. Gate City leads 33-20. We'll be back. As the Blue Devils have now lost Luke Humphreys to a knee injury and Mark Estep to an ankle injury.
That was a hard hit on the court.
Tyler Webb trying to complete the three-point play. Free throw up by Webb is good. So it's 33-21. Gate City with the lead. And the basketball. McMurray with it. Gets it to Hackney, swinging around left side to Clark. Back on top, McMurray with it. Gets it over to Bateman. In the corner it comes to Kilgore. Kilgore puts it on the floor out front to Clark. Clark gets it right side to Hackney.
Thought about the three, now he'll take it.
No good. Rebound pulled out of there by Smith. And Smith,
he's hurt.
Smith is, I think he might have got hit in the stomach and lost his breath there for just a minute. Official Stern stops play. And
it's the Region D Championship. They're all out.
Yeah, this is kids on the floor giving everything they've got.
And it's all clean, too.
Oh, yeah. They ain't nothing going on out there. They're just running into each other a lot. It's now, Smith will have to check out. Back in for him will be Warner. Ashworth set to throw it in. Rogers in for McMurray for Gate City. Gate City leads 33-21, 2:29 to go here in the first half.
No, clean from where I can see way up here.
Ashworth lobs it in to Jovanovich, gets it ahead to Webb. Webb down floor has it stripped away by Logan Bateman as Webb was going for the dunk.
All right, this is on TV, right? That was a great steal.
Yes,
Webb was going probably for the dunk.
Yeah, Bateman just swats it out. It'll belong to Twin Springs. Here's the lob into Dockery. Open for the three. Shot, no good. Foul called. Michael Rogers will foul Dockery, and he'll get 3 free throws.
But I think Tyler said, here I go. I'm thinking about the dunk.
So Rogers picks up the foul.
And he would have, except there was a little steal involved there.
Dockery's free throw, good. Dockery took a long three. It wasn't going in, and we fouled him. Free throw by Mark is good.
Yeah, we saw that the other night.
Free throw by Mark is good again.
Don't foul them in that range.
So Titans back within 10.
Make them earn it.
Dockery again. Drags all 3 of them. So Titans within 9. Gate City with it. McMurray. McMurray takes it to the baseline. His fall-away jumper is no good. Rebound Hackney. Webb takes it away. Webb gets it to Warner.
2 minutes to go, first half.
Warner has it right side. Now crosses over. Drives down the lane. Leaves it off for Webb. Webb back out front to Dockery. Dockery's running jumper from in front off the glass. No good. Tipped around. Kilgore runs it down in the corner for the Blue Devils. Kilgore gets it over to Clark. Clark brings it in front court. Clark takes it all the way and leaves it off for Bateman. Goes off his head out of bounds.
Maybe he should have gone for the shot himself instead of try to pass it off. But I'll never say he's one of the best assists.
Will Humphreys into the lineup for the Blue Devils. Will had a pretty good rest there. 9-point Gate City lead, 1:44 to go first half. Twin Springs clawing their way back in. They were down 15 earlier. Smith has it. Smith looks, gets it down low along the baseline to Jovanovic. Back to Smith, drives in the lane, leaves it off for Ashworth. His jumper up, no good. Rebound Webb. Webb puts it on the floor, off his knee, picks it up, gets it to Dockery. Open for the three, shot good. Mark Dockery for 3, makes it 33-27. Twin Springs right back in it. McMurray has it for Gate City. McMurray right side, now gets it back to Bateman. Swinging around left side to Clark. Clark with it out on top to Humphreys. Now to Kilgore with it, right side to McMurray.
Didn't get a screen.
Left side with it to Clark. Gate City might back it out here.
Yep.
Clark has it out front. Gets it over to McMurray. He'll launch a three. Will it go? No, good. McMurray follows his shot, and he's
was fouled. Not called by Dockery.
Man.
I don't know what you got to do to get a foul around here. So Gate City has Clark with it. 27 seconds to go. Kilgore right corner. Kilgore back out front to Clark.
Knock him down, I guess.
Clark stands with it, 17 seconds.
We were here the other night, and knocking him down didn't count in.
Will Humphreys with it, 11 seconds, 10 seconds. Will gets it out to Kilgore, 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Kilgore will put the move on. He'll take it to the baseline. His shot up won't go, but he's fouled. Ashworth will pick up the foul. Josh Kilgore go to the line for Gate City to shoot 2 with 3.2 seconds to go here in the first half.
33-27, Gate City leads.
Gate City led 33-18. They've been outscored 9-0. Kilgore's free throw not close, still 9-0.
Now, we talked about this the other night. And free throw shooting almost bit Gate City.
Yeah, almost did last night. Not shooting too well from there tonight. Kilgore's free throw, no good again. Rebound Ashworth. Ashworth gets it to Kilgore, who steals it. Shot up, no good. And that'll be the end of the first half with the Gate City Blue Devils on top of the Twin Springs Titans, 33-27. We'll be back after these messages.
Titans with the basketball to start the second half.
So, it'll be the starting 5 for Twin Springs for Gate City. Logan Bateman gets the second half start in place of Mark Estep, who went down with an injury. If you just joined us, Estep out with an ankle injury. Luke Humphreys out with a knee injury. Humphreys definitely won't be back tonight. Estep Probably won't either. Here's Smith has the ball stripped away, and we have a foul called, I guess, on the Blue Devils, Nate Clark. Foul on Nate's one, team's first.
Nate reaching in on the drive.
Keith Warner will go to the baseline to throw it in for Twin Springs. Warner looks, lobs it in over here to Dockery, back to Warner. Baseline jumper up by Warner, good.
Wide open.
Clark has it for Gate City. Clark takes it to the bucket, leaves it off for Kilgore, gets it back into Will Humphreys. Will throws it away. Smith steals it. Tried to get it to Clark along the baseline. Smith comes up with the steal. Warner has it now for Twin Springs. Warner gets it over to Smith, guarded by McMurray. Smith puts it on the floor, gets it over to Warner. Thought about the three, puts it on the floor, takes it to the hole, shot up good. Twin Springs starts the second half like they did the first half. Keith Warner gets 4 quick points.
Yeah, I mean, nobody came to defend Warner.
Nate Clark has it out front, gets it to Bateman. Bateman back to Clark. In the corner it goes to Will Humphreys. Will takes it to the hole, shot up, blocked away, foul called, Tyler Webb. Foul on Webb.
Number.
I have it as 2 shots for Will Humphreys. City 2 of 8 from the free throw line in the first half. Has to do better than that in the second half. Humphreys free throw, good.
Yeah, it's a little hard work. You have to bounce it around the rim.
That stops a 16-0 run for the Twin Springs Titans. Gate City led 33-18, make that a 13-point run. Free throw good again by Humphreys. Math never was exactly my strong point.
You go to school, Gate City?
Gate City, yes, definitely. Gate City, if you can't tell by listening to the broadcast. Gate City on the defensive end. Webb backs Humphreys down. Humphreys cuts him off. Now swinging around to Dockery. Dockery takes it down left the lane. His jumper up good.
Little one-headed runner. Works.
Clark for the Blue Devils with it. Gets it to McMurray. McMurray can't shoot. Gets it right side to Clark. Clark puts it on the floor. His baseline jumper up. Won't go. Rebound fought for. Not much of a fight. Webb comes out there with it for Twin Springs. Quickly ahead to Warner. Warner circles back out front with it. Now drives down low. Shot up. No good. Rebound pulled out there. Humphreys gets it ahead to McMurray. McMurray met by Dockery. McMurray stops. Can't shoot. Gets it over to Humphreys. Humphreys dishes off to Clark. Open for the three. Shot. Clark. No good. Rebound run down by Warner and tosses it back into Webb. Back to Warner. 35-33. Gate City leads inside 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Smith for Twin Springs with it. Smith stops, can't shoot, gets it left side to Dockery. Left alone for three. Shot, no good. Rebound Clark for the Blue Devils. Clark gets it
City up at 2.
in front court, leaves it off for McMurray. McMurray can't shoot to Humphreys. Now the Bateman. Bateman puts it on the floor. Shot up off the glass, no good. Rebound pulled out our Webb for Twin Springs. Long pass in front court to Lindholm. Shot up good. We're tied at 35. Gate City just simply cannot score against Twin Springs. They've scored 2 points in about a quarter. Timeout on the floor. We're tied at 35. We'll be back.
A whole lot younger than we are.
So Mark able to get back in. Twin Springs has tied the game at 35. Parks into the lineup for Gate City. Hackney also. Hackney has it, gets it to Humphreys over to Eastep. Eastep back to Humphreys. Humphreys penetrates down right of the lane, forces a shot up over Webb, won't go. Tip around, Webb comes out there with it, gets it ahead to Warner. Warner long pass in front court. Dockery open for the three. Shot good. Dockery for three. Twin Springs leads 38-35. Outscoring Gate City 20-2. McMurray can't shoot, throws it off of Will Humphreys' foot. Coming out there with it, Warner for the Titans. Warner with it, gets it over to Smith. Now left side, Dockery. Dockery drives in the lane, shot up, won't go. Webb over the back for the rebound, and he'll be called for the foul.
Too many Devils under the bucket.
So the Titans, who trailed at one point 33-18, have come back to take a 38-35 lead Gate City led 33-18 with about 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. There's about 4 minutes, or in the second quarter. There's about 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. They've scored 2 points. Credit Twin Springs defense with a lot of that. E-step drives to the bucket. His shot up won't go. Rebound pulled out of there. Smith. Foul will be called on Bateman for the Blue Devils. Logan Bateman picks up the foul. .4:11 to go.
There's nothing going on the offensive end for Gate City at all.
No. Dockery has done a pretty good job against McMurray. And Gate City having trouble getting shots, but they don't have trouble still in the inbounds pass. Parks gets it over to Hackney. Gate City can't get the what should have been maybe an easy bucket. Mishandled it, but they have the basketballs. It's tipped out of bounds by the time.
I mean, that's the way the start of the second quarter's gone for Gate City. You get the inbounds pass, but can do nothing with it.
Hackney takes it in the lane, dishes back out to Parks, gets it over to McMurray. McMurray stops, pops a three shot, no good. Rebound coming out of there with it, Twin Springs Warner. Warner gets it over to Smith, over to Dockery. Dockery puts it on the floor, and he'll be fouled by E-step. Foul on E-step is his third. Kilgore in for E-step. Clark in for McMurray.
Nice move by Dockery, but
Warner to throw it in, gets it in to Lindholm, open for the three shot, won't go. Rebound, Warner skies for the rebound. He's tied up. Possession error goes to. Possession error goes to Gate City. Warner slams the ball to the floor. Lucky he didn't get teed up there.
well,
Clark has it for Gate City. It down low to Bateman. Bateman, his shot over Dockery, good.
okay, I was about to say this might be a point for a turnaround for Gate City.
38-37 the score. Dockery open for the three. Can't leave him alone. Shot up, no good. Rebound coming out there with it. Hackney for the Blue Devils. Hackney gets it ahead to Clark. Gate City wants to run. Gate City needs to run. Here's Parks. He's open for the shot. Shot won't go. Rebound pulled out there by Warner. Warner with it in backcourt. Gets it over to
backside.
Smith with it. Smith gets it in the corner. Lindholm to Webb. Webb shot up. Won't go. Rebound. Kilgore gets it over to Clark.
Okay, here's
Clark.
where Gate City gets the lead.
Clark
Instead of turnover.
throws it away, gets it down low. Smith shot up, good. Go the other way. Here's Hackney with it. Hackney gets it to Clark. Clark lobs it over to Parks. Parks in the corner, back to Clark. Cross court pass, it goes to Hackney. Hackney puts it on the floor. Baseline jumper up, missed everything. And it goes off Derek Smith out of bounds. Gate City with a break there.
Yeah, the way the second half has started, Gate City down by 3. It could be worse.
Humphreys and McMurray back in for Gate City. Of course, that's Will Humphreys. Hackney, Parks, Clark. Hackney, Kilgore, and Clark join them. Nate has it. Dishes off to Kilgore. Kilgore gets it down the lane. Shot up over Webb. Won't go. Rebound Kilgore. His putback no good. He's fouled by Webb.
That's far on your shot right there.
I believe that's 4 on Webb.
They don't post those fouls.
Yeah, well, it's 4 on Webb. So Josh Kilgore shooting 2 for Gate City. Free throw up, no good. Free throw shooting almost undid Gate City last night. And right now, struggling to score from the field, you've got to make the gimmies, and the Blue Devils about 20% from the free throw line here tonight. Kilgore's free throw, good. 40-38 to score. Twin Springs with the lead and the ball. 2:20 to go.
You've got to make at least 50%.
Well, even that's probably not going to do it. Smith gets it over to Dockery. Dockery gets it into Lindholm. His shot up won't go. Rebound Hackney. Hackney flips it over to Clark. Gate City pushes it in front court. I think that's to Gate City's advantages. Humphreys gets it to McMurray. McMurray in the corner to Clark. He'll shoot the three. Shot good. Nate Clark for three. Gate City back on top, 41-40.
Yeah, Dockery all over McMurray. Nate can make him two.
Nate's got to step up and score for us. Here's Smith, gets it over to Dockery. She left him alone. Shot good for three. Quickly the other way. Here's Kilgore with it. Kilgore tries to get it down low to Hackney. It's swatted out of bounds by Lindholm. 43-41. Twin Springs leads. 1:34 to go here in the third quarter.
Well, it's as expected.
Clark to throw it in for Gate City. Clark looks, and here's the pass tipped by Warner, and it'll go out of bounds, and it'll belong to Gate City. Clark again to throw it in. Clark gets it into McMurray. Out front to Nate. Nate puts it on the floor, gets it back out to Kilgore. Kilgore drives down right of the lane, kicks it back to Clark. Nate has it just left ahead of the key. Now drives into the lane, stops, pops, has his shot blocked by Warner. Foul on Warner. Two shots upcoming for Keith Warner. Nate Clark, who's fouled by Keith Warner.
So Nate can tie. With 1:19 to go in the third.
So Clark at the free throw line. Free throw on the way. No good.